Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Auracross from CZT, Mina Hsiao. Okay. This is it's a neat tangle. It could be a grid based, or you could just make, and I'm just going to do a singular one, but you could do this, in a smaller grid format. Actually, I think I'm gonna do the variation also because I really like it. And, okay. So this one, when you have your boxes set for your grid, or whatever you're going to put it in, we're going to uh, put diagonal lines through. So like sometimes we'll have a grid based pattern. I'll call it like a four square, and that the pattern, while it's a grid, it's based on four parts really. This is similar, except they're all little triangles. All right, so once you have that, then you pick a place to start, and we're going to go from the first one. We're going to come from the corner, and we're going to aim just a little bit lower, so like about here. So, and I'm just focusing here, making a straight line and aiming to end about even. And then the same thing here. And whichever way works best for you. For me, it seems to work best if I come from that, the point I stopped, and come down and aiming right for the corner. It seems like I hit it more often than not when I do it that way. All right, then in this one too, I'm going to start it kind of in the center so that way I can gauge how far down I want to go. And then this one, we're not going to the corner. We're just gonna go to that grid line, and then we're gonna do another one. Same idea. Okay, and we're gonna repeat all of that in each side. And I suppose if you wanted to judge, here's how far down I want to have my, um, this first aura go, and then, like I said, I seem to work better. Well, the one side anyway. It's a focus thing. It's a focus thing for me because I like to get it so this is a nice straight line and then merges in. That one got a little bit wonky, but it's all okay. Let me do this way again. Yeah, and it goes pretty fast. Yeah, for whatever. Well, this is one of those things. We all find out how we work best, and then just go with it. And that's why I like to share different ways that I find to go about it because there's been several things that when somebody explained it in just a little bit different ways, like, oh yes, that works for me. And so that's why I share different ideas on this, whether it's start here, start there. It's it's kind of silly because sometimes it's like, did I really need permission? Air quotes on the under the thing here. Did I really need permission in order to do that? It's so silly, and it's like no, but sometimes um, it's just good to know. Oh, there's another way to do that, and yes, you can. And so it's like, yeah, apparently, I do need permission sometimes. All right, so this is it. Then, and I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna decorate these maybe. Oh, a tad different. Nope, sorry. One more step. One more step. I got so excited. So the last step before decorating is from the center. We're gonna just put a nice little straight line to each of the first points that we did. And I do like going from the center to the point so that because that way if they're uneven in any way, then it it kind of helps. Now I'm just gonna do some fill in graphite, and it's kind of neat to do this. I'm just gonna do every other one in the center here. there's that neat, no, I'm not sure if it's an actual, like a compass rose, called, Nice, spelled GN, I think EISS. Um, it's a different tangle entirely, but it does, the star shape, and we fill in every other, and it has such a neat effect. And a lot of times, we're doing the graphite, and we're using it for the shading and for creating a neat, illusion. And sometimes it's also nice to use it as a fill in. And I did like how she did this. Yeah, of course you can decorate however you desire. This one I'm going to do with the graphite, and then the next one, I'm going to do with the pen. Well, and I just like, you could do some of each. It's like, oh, I could do the center, do these parts with the pen, and then could do this other fill in with the graphite. Could also do it so that way. Actually, I'm just thinking, maybe if you did it on the line, it just depends. Maybe you could give it a little, extra dimension. But that's it. Sorry, I was sliding that up. I was all into it. Let's see how far. I'll have to look and see. So apologize for that. All right, let me grab another tile here. Okay, so there was a variation, and it's funny because I didn't look at the variation at first, but I was thinking, oh, I wonder what it would look like if, and that was the variation. So let me just show that quickly, and I won't. I don't need to bother with coloring it in while you watch, because you will have already seen it, being that it's on the cover. But I at least want to cover the how-to, because that's what this is about. All right. So starting off the same, and we're gonna come from the corner, right? And we're gonna go up just a little ways down from that original, coming back down the other side, meeting in the corner. Now, let me throw this in here also. If you wanted to, you could do all of this step, all the way around, and then do the next step, and then do the next step. That's completely up to you. She had the step outs, so that you were doing one side at a time. In any way you want to do it is fine. So the way this differs is coming, instead of here where we were coming down a little bit on the grid line. This one we're going to do all of them from the corner. And I was thinking, ooh, that would look neat. I wonder. And now we will see. And still doing this the same number. Just, this last one is going to be not so angled, obviously. But it has a really, really neat look to it. And this one, I was like, well, maybe I will. Let's go back to trying this again. See, then I end up with this weird scoop, so I'm not going to do it. Sometimes it's like I want to try something a little bit different way, and then I realize, what? Let's just keep doing with what works. It's all good. I can have this come down just a little bit. They're pretty even. Well, even when I do it that way, it can still go wonky. And we just don't worry about it, because when we do the decorating, that's when I will take a look and see, well, what area do I need to course correct? And that's where we start. So if I'm doing a fill-in, especially with the ink, then it's nice. But you know what? In the end, it doesn't matter. It's all good. And, and then still the same here. We're going to go from that center and connect all of those. And then I will fill that in later. But just wanted to share so that way you could see the difference. And it's rather neat. It's rather neat. I like having them, uh, everything converging on the corners like that. It just looks really, really cool. So with that, actually, I will color while I do the ending stuff. And for those that listen to the bitter end, I thank you. um, but I do like to mention that in the description section, you will find links to the step outs, as well as ways to connect with me if you wish. If you enjoy my explanations and my bits of goofiness, I would love to have you join me online. I do classes almost twice a week, and most of them are free. And I do have a couple a month that are paid, and I appreciate those that participate in those classes, and especially those that have taken on the monthly subscription and become a card carrying. I don't have any cards yet. I'm going to work on that. Tangle Addicts Club member. And if if they come check us out for free, we have a really nice community, very fun and supportive. It's about you and your journey with Zentangle. It's not about making things perfect. In fact, uh, I come join the community on Facebook, and I dare you to ask us something, for advice, and you'll get everybody saying it looks great. It looks great, because that's the way it is. We will offer suggestions, of course, but it's not about perfection. But it's like, again, I said, it's about your journey. That's what Zentangle is about, and so I love this community that has developed, and it's so much fun, and it's so rewarding. So if you'd like to come check us out, we would love to have you. Links are in the description section, and if you can't find the description section, if you find the title of the video, and then to the right, you will see a down arrow, and that's usually on the app. That's where I have seen it, and then all apps are going to be different. Um, but there I see like a little down arrow, or a little V. If you're on a desktop, it's still the same area, but usually it'll start with some of the description. It just doesn't say description until you click on it and open it up, and then it says description. So it's just a little bit deceiving. So if you have trouble, you can always leave it in the comments, and I can help that way as well. But I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, would love to have a like or a thumbs up. Feel free to share it. And if you haven't yet, I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Of course, that is free. And make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you can set the notifications for how you like to be notified, if you even like to be notified. I know I don't. I just like to come and see what's new. But I do like to at least mention that. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.